Hello, friends. Welcome back. Carlos Alcaraz, the youngest world number one male tennis player. At the age of 19 years and 130 days, he became the youngest world number one male tennis player by beating Casper Ruud in the US Open finals. Born on 5th May 2003 in El Palmar, Murcia, Spain, Carlos Alcaraz started playing tennis at a very tender age. In the beginning, he played in the Real Sociedad Academy, where his father was the tennis academy director. But at the age of 16, he moved to the J.C. Ferrero Tennis Academy, which is run by John Carlos Ferrero. He made his ATP debut at the age of 16 in Rio 2020, where he lost in the second round. Alcaraz's playing style is usually compared to Novak, Roger, and also Rafa. The court coverage like Novak, the inside out shots like Roger, the attack and foot speed like Rafa. Tony Nadal, who is the uncle of Rafael Nadal, was also the ex coach of Rafa, called Carlos as the next Rafa. This was back in 2021, even before his amazing performance in the US Open that year. Alcaraz started 2021 with a ranking of 146 and it had reached 141 just before the Australian Open. This led to him being eligible for the qualifying. He won the qualifying and made it to the main draw. He lost in the second round match against Michael Yammer. Due to this performance, his ranking went up to 127. In the next four tournaments, he lost in the first or the second match and his rankings slipped to 133. He started the clay season off in Marbella, where he reached the semi-finals. He lost to James Munar in the semi-finals. Incidentally, in the quarterfinals, he defeated Casper Ruud, who was ranked number 26 at the time. Hence, his ranking now reached 119. Next up in Barcelona, he lost to Francis Tiafoe in the first match. Up next was Estoril, where he lost to Martin Cilic in the round of 32. In Madrid, he lost to Rafa Nadal in the round of 32. This was their first encounter. This match was actually on his 18th birthday. When he defeated Adrian Mallarno in the first round in Madrid, Alcaraz became the youngest player to win a match in Madrid. Next, he went to Portugal for Open de Orias 3, where he won the tournament by beating Facundo Bagnis in the finals. This was the biggest win of his career, an ATP 2 Challenger title. His ranking now went up to 114. In his first appearance in Roland Garros, he went through qualifying, defeated in the third round by John Leonard Strutt. His ranking now came up to 97. Because his ranking was now inside the top 100, he directly qualified for Wimbledon. That was his only grass event in 2021. In Wimbledon, he lost in the second round to Daniel Medvedev, and Alcaraz's ranking was now up to 75. Alcaraz then came back to clay to win his first ever ATP 250 event in Umag, Croatia. He defeated Richard Gasquet in the finals. Now his ranking had come up to number 73. He came back to hard court to play a big event, the ATP Masters 1000 in Cincinnati. He had to qualify for the tournament. He won the qualifying, but he lost in the round of 64. His ranking was now up to 55. In the next tournament in Salem, he was a semi-finalist. His ranking was now up to 54. His biggest Grand Slam performance came in the US Open 2021, where he made it to the quarterfinals. He was playing against Auger Asimile, but he retired in that match as he sustained an injury. On his way to the quarterfinals, he defeated Stefano Tsitsipas in round 3, a very well fought 5-setter. After seeing his performance in the US Open, I was mighty impressed and I started following him more. I had the confidence that he would win the Grand Slam at some point, but never expected it'll be in just a year's time. In Indian Wells, he lost to Andy Murray in the round of 64. He was a semi-finalist in Vienna, where he lost to Alexander Zverev. His ranking was now up to 42. He lost in the round of 16 in ATP Masters in Paris. His ranking now climbing up to 35. He finished the year with winning the next gen ATP finals in Milan, beating Sebastian Korda in the finals. He finished the year with a ranking of 32. His 2021 win-loss ratio was 32-17. Alcaraz started off 2022 in the Australian Open, where he lost in round 3 to Matteo Berrettini. Berrettini went on to be the semi-finalist of the tournament. He jumped into clay immediately after that in Rio de Janeiro, which he won by beating Diego Schwartzman in the finals. This was his first title of 2022. He went on to be a semi-finalist in Indian Wells. He lost to Rafael Nadal in the semi-finals. This was their second encounter, Alcaraz losing this time as well. Now Alcaraz's ranking was up to number 19. In March 2022, he went on to win the Miami Masters ATP 1000 by beating Casper Ruud in the finals. His ranking was now up to 16. In April, he won in Barcelona, beating Pablo Carrena Busta in the finals. His ranking was now up to 11. In May, he went on to become the youngest player to win the tournament in Madrid, a ATP 1000 event. He beat Alexander Zverev in the finals. With this win, he moved into the top 10. He was ranked number 9th in the world now. Next up, in Roland Garros, he lost to Alexander Zverev in the quarterfinals, and he came out of the tournament ranking number 6. Even though he lost in round 4 of Wimbledon, that didn't have any huge impact in his ranking, as there were no points awarded for Wimbledon. He in fact lost to Yannick Sinner in round 4. He was a finalist in both Hamburg and Umag, losing to Loreno Musetti and Yannick Sinner in the finals. Now Alcaraz's ranking was up to 5. He lost to Cameron Norrie in the Cincinnati Masters, yet his ranking went up to number 4. He came into the US Open ranking number 4, which he won by beating Casper Ruud in the finals. The clash between Casper Ruud and Carlos Alcaraz was a very interesting one because whoever won the match would have become the world number 1. On his way to the finals, he had some tough matches against Martin Cilic, Yannick Sinner, Frances Tiafoe, all of them toughly fought 5-setters. He beat Casper Ruud in the finals in a 4-setter. That catapulted him to world number 1. Alcaraz's coach all along has been Giancarlo Ferrero. Ferrero has been very vocal about having confidence in Alcaraz, and he has been claiming that Alcaraz is world number 1 material ever since he started coaching him. I personally believe This is just the beginning for Carlos Alcaraz, and he has many more achievements to come, and he definitely has the potential to stay number one for a long time to come. What do you think about Carlos Alcaraz's achievement? Do you think he can be number one for a long time? Do you think he will win many more Grand Slams? Let me know in the comments. It will be really encouraging for me if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, take care. Ciao.